All right, welcome everyone to another WSBU artist interview. My name is Conor Amendola. I'm a music director at WSBU 88.3 FM The Buzz,
I'm Noah Randall. I'm a staffer at WSBU 88.3 FM The Buzz.
and we are joined by the amazing Seth Witcher. I'll let you introduce yourself, man.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Seth. I'm an artist. I sing and I make music. And Connor found me and had my music on the station for a little bit, and now I'm here. So
Yeah,
thanks for having
Yeah.
me.
so we are here, and I'm super excited. So I wanna start, and I want to go back to that like first initial kind of meeting. Uh, so we're going back. I found you off of I Hate Love Songs
Yeah.
2022. Talk to me about that. I mean, you've got stuff before then that I definitely want to shout out and mention, but that's kind of like where I know I found you or the buzz found you. So yeah,
Yeah.
what was like your, I mean, it's a two-song EP. What was kind of your process? Where did that come from?
Man, so around that time, I was just starting the waterfall method of doing things on Spotify, which is releasing a single and then you kind of repurpose singles that you had already released and you kind of put it together as an EP. So the CD that you guys got, it was kind of around the same time I was doing the waterfall stuff on Spotify. Um, so I forget what song I put along with it. Did I do House of Gold too?
Yeah, you put
Yeah.
to go with it.
Yep. Yeah. So it was literally I sat in my room here, the room right now that you see, and I burned CDs on my disk drive that I have, and yeah, I had a one of my supporters actually mailed them to a bunch of colleges, and yeah, you were one of the few that actually got back to me. So, because I know how much you guys like get in the mail, I know how much messages you get.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it just really made me very excited and like to to have known you and like continue that conversation, the messages and stuff. I mean, it's probably been 3 years.
yeah,
It's yeah, it's amazing. I'm just really grateful.
Yeah, that is just so awesome.
yeah. I mean, you're right. Like I mean, we get physical mail. I get emails,
Yeah.
and then people DM us on the Buzz Instagram, and
Yeah, and as you've told me,
yeah,
the stuff we get sent gets. I mean,
it's
to say the
yeah,
least, it varies in quality.
Yeah.
So to
yeah,
to get music of your like caliber of your quality, that's huge. That's huge.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Because it feels like I'm like screaming into a void, kind of.
yeah,
Because I know everybody gets all this mail, so it kind of feels a little hopeless that somebody's gonna hear it. But for me, this is what I do for a living. Like this is it. Like this is it. There's no plan B. Like this is it.
right.
So, to your point of like just the quality, I put like everything into it. So I'm really happy that it translates in some way.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it definitely shows.
Yeah,
It definitely shows
Thank
100%.
you. Thank
I
you
mean, you
so
can
much.
definitely tell. So, I mean, obviously, in that little mailer, I wish I had brought it. I should have brought it for the interview. We'll put that as a thumbnail. We'll put that as a little thumbnail. But
Do it.
obviously, in that you mentioned, this kind of post-punk, pop-punk kind of influence. It comes across in the song. Uh, how did you find yourself gravitated towards that sound?
Yeah. I mean, so to be honest, I was homeschooled before high school, and I lived like in the middle of nowhere in the country in Pennsylvania, surrounded by Amish people, and it was like, the only part of the only escape I had at that time was honestly turning on the radio, and what was on the radio was Panic at the Disco, it was Paramore, it was Ed Sheeran, so I was like listening to I Write Sins Not Tragedies like on repeat because the station would play it, a couple times throughout the night. And that's just the music that made me feel something. Like that and just like heavy metal, screamo. Like I love all of it. But I really just kind of gravitated more towards like the alternative sound, the emo vibe, pop punk kind of. I don't know, just like something you can feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah. yeah. The post punk pop punk influence. I mean, I remember me personally. That was all. I played a lot of like Madden and a lot of sports games as a kid, and that's how I found that sound, was because that was everywhere on those soundtracks, and it's just such a. I mean, you mentioned it. You know, it was the first music for you personally that kind of made you really feel something, and yeah, I think that's just so awesome, because that was my reaction to it too when I discovered that type of music as a kid. It really just doesn't sound like anything else, you know.
Yeah, and like, to be honest, it's a genre that, I mean, it's kind of, nobody's really doing it, like it's not really happening anymore. So I'm trying to bring it back. It needs to come back because that was like
Yes,
Yeah,
the
I
early
agree.
yeah.
2000s vibe. And I know I sound kind of old, right? But like, it's okay. I just want to bring it back, and I think that we're ready for it. So, that's why I'm really grateful for you guys, because there's some people who maybe don't have my experiences, that because of you they're able to hear the songs. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to ask, kind of just as a whole, um, me personally, when I attempt to sit down and write a song, usually a song will take me anywhere from it'll usually take me a couple months to
yeah,
have a fully finished song. What is so for me, it's very very slow. For you, what is kind of that? What is the kind of mindset you get yourself into? What is your process when you're writing songs?
yeah. To be honest, man, like, okay, some of the best songs that I've made took the longest time. And they were the songs that I felt frustrated about, like the words just weren't coming, you know. But I have had songs that were made in like 10 minutes. I've had songs where like I'm literally like sitting on the toilet and then I just hear it and it's just like right there. But then I've had songs that like I put it together and then I think it's there and it's not, and then I literally keep chipping away at it and nothing's happening, and then like a month or two later, then it's like, oh my God, like a light switch just turns on in my head and I'm like, oh, this is it, and then I just make it right away.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
that eureka moment.
Yeah,
That's
that's how I Hate Love Songs was for me. And I mean that's my biggest song currently on Spotify. So yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. That's I mean
I
I
mean, that's the song
how
that
can
did it.
yeah I just I just want to say that I just love it's very apparent in both your music and just and just you how you're acting right now, just how passionate you are about music, and
Yeah.
that's I feel like a lot of people
Thank you.
don't have that, and that's awesome to
Thank you.
see.
But
I mean, I
I was
gotta be
wondering,
honest. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
no, I'm cutting you off.
Oh no, hey man. Um,
No, I have
I
a
just
whole
want
other
to say
question.
like,
I want to hear a whole other question. So
yeah, no, it's cool. To your point of like the passion and such, I just wanted to say that the reason why I do this, the reason why is because like if I could give the world a hug with my music and like let people know that they're not alone in the things that they're feeling and what they're going through, then that would be worth it for me. Like if it was just one person that felt that, it would be worth it. So that's why I do all of it. That's what it means to me.
yeah,
You know, because I mean we're more alike than we are not, and
Yeah,
I think that the world would be so much more of a better place if we were all just kind of being nice to each other.
amen to that.
amen to that.
Yeah.
So I want to go back now. So you did I Hate Love Songs. You put it with House of Gold, and that was in 2022 or
Yeah.
early 23 when I got it. One of those two. But I want to go before that because it was not your first thing you dropped. I mean, we're looking back at 2019 with I'm Sorry and Game of Love.
Yeah.
How did you really like? How did you get your start doing it?
Yeah. You guys are gonna think this is pretty cool, I think. I was when I was 6, I used to sing in the church choir, and I loved music, and so I was writing my own songs, and I showed one of my songs to a family member. They made fun of me, and then I just wouldn't sing in front of anybody from that point on. And it was like 10 years until I sang again. So it was right when I graduated high school, where I just decided that I was going to do what made me happy because nobody's living my life for me. So even if nobody likes it, at least I have the power to do what makes me happy. So I did it, and I really started learning how to produce my own music in college, like my freshman year of college, junior year of college. I was listening to a lot of Juice World, and yeah, when I heard his song Robbery, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I heard Robbery, I was on vacation, and I just got this thing. I had a laptop with me, and I was like, I have to make a song. Like I just have to. So the whole vacation, the rest of the way, driving back home, everything, like I was just like making music, making one of my songs. And the first one that I ever made was actually a lullaby for paralysis on my album Who Am I? But then I also had I'm Sorry and such like that. But it really kicked off for me with a lullaby for paralysis. That's like where it just kind of hit me, and I was like, oh, I have to do this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sick. That is so sick. I love Juice World. I'm a big. That's awesome to hear.
R.I.P. But yes, he's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yes.
But still amazing.
Yeah. I've seen. I could probably not even count on both hands the amount of times I've been scrolling through TikTok, and I'll just get a Juice World freestyle video or a video of him just off the dome, just rattling off and it sounds immediately like a top 10 hit. It's just awe inspiring. So that's
He was
awesome.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah. When I to be honest, I heard his song, and like I loved how his voice sounded. That's where I get my like emo accent when I sing, and it wasn't, I didn't want to sound like him, but I wanted to like do my own version of, I just liked how sultry his voice was. If that's a high level vocab word. I liked how his voice sounded, and I was
Yeah.
like, what
Yeah.
can I do? I didn't consider the fact of like all the drugs he was doing, like the drinking, and I didn't consider that. But it was like, it was just like, what can I do? So I kind of just started doing it my own way, and now like I don't really listen to a lot of Juice World because it makes me sad. But um like that is like in me. It's in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you don't really listen to Juice WRLD that much anymore. What are some of the things that you're listening to nowadays? What are some of the things that when your go-to songs to put on?
Y'all are gonna think I'm weird. But I listen to a lot of J-pop and K-pop. I like Mrs. Green Apple. I like Iki Monogakure. I mean, they're all words and names that I don't even understand. I just love the composition of the music, and it's all like in that early 2000s rock vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
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 I pop on Miki Matsubara every
Oh,
once in
for
a while,
real?
and I just get that. It's awesome. I love like just
Bro.
that like 80s Japanese pop hits different, bro. It just hits different.
Please tell me
I knew I liked you, dude.
Please tell me who either of you know who ATEEZ is.
I do actually.
Yeah, ATEEZ is
I
great.
do.
I had a friend.
Wow.
I had a friend in high school get me into them.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Wow, okay.
They're good.
So I'm
Yeah.
not that weird.
No, I was about to
no.
say like it. I pop on the Persona 5 soundtrack from time to time. So whatever you're about to say is not weird at all.
Yeah, we have each other on we have each other on earbuds, so we can see what we're listening to.
But yeah.
Oh, for real?
And it's
I
him
just
as like Steely Dan and then Persona 5.
Steely
and I'm
Dan, Persona 5,
Yeah.
random 2000s pop punk. It's awesome.
Connor, I'm gonna send you a song that I really have been vibing to by Aimer.
Oh, okay.
It's not like super rocky, but it's insane. And like the whole thing that she's saying is like, if I'm not chosen, I'll be the one to choose. It's like like just like
That's a good one.
it's just that yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So, like in the similar vein a bit to Juice World. I want to talk about this because this was a show that this genuinely almost happened, and I'm so mad it couldn't. I almost drove 6 hours across the state to go see you in 24K Golden. It almost pulled off. It was the weekend before I left to study abroad, so it was just not feasible.
Yeah.
I nearly had a friend driving me 6 hours. I was going to crash on one of our other directors' couches, and we were all going to go see your show in Philadelphia. How did that happen?
Okay, so you guys are getting like the behind the scenes thing that nobody's gonna know. So this is great.
Nobody but our following on website and YouTube's gonna find this out.
Yeah, dude, this is exciting. So, before the show, for a year, I actually worked at a venue. I helped out at a venue in Philly. It's called The Fire, and I would put on shows for them once a month. And in these shows, like they were primarily for other artists. So they were like artist showcases. And I wasn't necessarily singing or playing in them, but I just did it. And I would work the door there as well. So one of the days, an artist was in a car accident, and he wasn't able to come. So I filled in for him, and I was playing a set. And as I was playing and singing, somebody took a video of me, put it on their Instagram story, and then that's how Live Nation found me. And then they had me open for 24K.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. So it just goes to show, I mean, like, you know, because I didn't even want to work at the Fire initially. I didn't want to do that. But, you know, I spoke to some of my mentors, and one of them was like, you should do it because you're young and like you have nothing to lose. I was like, okay. So yeah, that's how that went. And now, like, I mean, at first they wanted me to open for Arizona Zervis, and that didn't go through. But like now I've opened for the Used. They're like an OG. Like
I love the Used.
You know them?
I know they the Ripper from the Madden 08 soundtrack went triple platinum in my bedroom in 2015, 2016.
Wow. Yeah. So the lead singer was on a solo tour, and I got to open for him, and I actually went on tour with him. So I got to play 3 shows
nuts.
With Live Nation, and yeah, I've got some other things in the works with them too, but that's how it happened. It was really life-changing for me, actually.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's such a huge snowball effect. Like, who would have thought?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and like Live Nation, like they book everybody. Like they'll book Ed Sheeran, you know.
I think Gaga's next tour is with Live Nation.
I think I went to see when I went to see Green Day in 2017. I bought the tickets through Live Nation.
Yep.
Like, that's awesome.
Yep. So next time you might see me opening for one of them. One of the people you're going to see, or maybe I'll be the person you see.
Yeah, I hope so.
I will be.
Yeah, you will be.
Like, you gotta next time we gotta make sure that you do end up.
If there's a show within like a 50-mile radius,
I'll be trying to tag along.
Bro, if it's 50 miles, you better be there. What are you talking about?
We're throwing a card. I'm almost a senior. I will miss class to go see a Seth Witcher show.
Do it.
I'll put that on record. I don't care.
Yeah, no, the show was great, man. I with the show, the 24K Golden one specifically, I wanted to make sure that I could do everything I could to let the venue know that I brought people. So I made shirts for everybody that bought a ticket, and I gave it to them for free. And so they wore the shirts. On the front, it said, "I love Witcher." It's a white shirt with black letters. On the back, it was literally just a random QR code, and it would take you to my Instagram. But it didn't say what it did. So everybody was just scanning it. And so you just had, like, you know, in the crowd of people, like 100 people, just like with white shirts on, you know, "I love Witcher." And that's how I was able to get the other shows too, because they saw that I was really dedicated and I put in the work.
Yeah, that's such a smart business.
And that's genius, like the front, because your phone camera's already out.
Yep.
Yeah,
so you're hitting the QR code anyway.
Yeah. I'm trying to get one of those shirts.
Well, actually, they're sold out, man. But maybe I'll make them again. I made them by hand. So
you made them by hand?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let me back up. I did not knit them, but I do have my girlfriend was letting me use her her printing thing. It's like a vinyl.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we printed it all, and yeah, I spent a couple of days making those.
That's
sick.
That's awesome. I mean, again, the passion and dedication, I mean, it just speaks for itself, really.
Thank you, bro.
what kind of going off of that? What was that like? Being on the road. How does that kind of? I mean, there's so many examples of bands who or artists who they dropped being a touring band, like the Beatles, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, Steely Dan, et cetera, et cetera. So what was that like? How does that differ from like being a studio musician and being a performing one?
Well, it's funny that you asked that question because, um, like I said, this is my living, so I perform to eat, like that's what I do.
Yeah,
So this was the same. It was the same, only it was just a bigger audience. And it was an audience of elder emos. And so when I got up on stage and I was doing my thing, because I'm kind of like a younger guy bringing the like OG sound, everybody was going crazy. It was really, really surprising, and it was exciting too.
that's so sick.
That's yeah.
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 So other neat thing you did that I was thinking about, like doing the interview prep, you made this crazy music video,
Yeah, man, yeah.
and I gotta ask, like, because you had like a whole kind of 360 like digital background. There was some like sets. I remember like the whole lead up. I forget. Oh my god, what song was this?
I'm afraid of love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Just it has this crazy music video.
That one just kind of fell into my lap, and I'm just so grateful. I was able to work with my friend David Tulin. He's a producer, uh, and yeah, I think producer is the best way, and a director as well. And he was just finishing up at Rutgers University. Um, I believe it was Rutgers. And anyway, they were like, "Yo, like this, uh, we've got like this 3D setup, um, and I honestly forget what it's called, but there's only like two of them in the world, and that's how they filmed the Mandalorian TV show as well. It's like with those setups. So
Oh yeah,
they're like, we want to use this to make a music video, and we'll do it for free for you. You want to do it? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So, um, yeah, that was all thanks to David Tulin and Rutgers. I really feel like I'm getting the name wrong. It was DeSales. My bad. David Tulin and DeSales University.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
yeah,
That's I like how they asked you, would that be something you're interested in? Like you're just gonna be like,
Yeah,
nah, I'm good.
yeah. No, it was really,
Like that's
yeah.
awesome.
So that's something I'm like grateful to God for sure, because that was an amazing experience.
yeah.
And
Um,
it was like not just a wall. It was like a room of just like LED like screens.
I'm trying to think. I think you shared like a couple of things, like the behind the scenes and like the lips of the music video. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you're like in this full space. Like
yeah, yeah.
it
I
was immersive.
I remember I took a field trip. When I was in high school, I was half of my day was spent at like a vocational school. BOCES was what it was called, and we took a trip up to I believe it was up north in Buffalo, New York,
Oh, cool.
and their studio had kind of we took a field trip up there to a different school, and they kind of had like a pseudo LED wall like that.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
and ever since that, then I mean, even still, my teacher from high school is still trying to get one of those put in his studio. So I'll have to tell him that
Yeah.
Yeah.
your experience, because yeah, that was
No,
that he would bring it up all the time. He just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. That's so cool that you got that experience.
I know. I'm just really grateful. And it's like what? The only place is in LA that they have it. It's LA, and then now DeSales. Maybe more people have gotten into it at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still a very
It's
limited
still
number.
niche.
Yeah.
It's still super niche.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, you did your research, Connor.
Yeah, dude. I've been. I can't say I was a day one Seth Witcher because I wasn't around for like the earliest early.
No, bro,
But
you're
since
OG. You're OG fam. I'll still call you OG. You're in the OG side. Yeah.
that came from the man himself, that came from the man
Yeah,
himself.
you can quote him on
Yeah.
that one. You can quote him on that one.
So now we've kind of like sketched out, like your makeup as an artist. So you're like where you came from, stuff you've done. I really like want to, kind of ask, like when you're recording a song, like what goes into it? Does the music take longer? Do the lyrics take longer?
Yeah. It really just depends on the song itself. I think I tend to prefer having the melody first and then just letting the words kind of flow out, you know? But I've had it other ways where I have the words first, But I think I typically, because, my whole thing is I just want to feel something. I really do. I just want to feel something. So, like, when I hear the music, it makes me feel, and then that's where the words come from. So, yeah.
That
Yeah.
yeah. The I was gonna ask, do you have for me, I keep a note document of like like when phrases or words that I like will pop into my head, I'll write it down um for like if I want to use it in a song later. Do you have
Yeah.
anything
I
like
have it
that where
everywhere. I have it everywhere. I have it on my notebooks. I have it on my phone. I mean, I literally have it. It says the songs in my head. Like I've got it.
that's
Yeah, I
awesome?
just write stuff
That's sick.
down. Yeah, yeah. When I feel it, when it hits me, I just write
That's
stuff
a
down.
that's a
Yeah,
that's a God tier album title.
Yeah.
you you
The
can't
song's on my head.
yeah you can't let the moment pass you by. When you're feeling inspired, you're feeling inspired, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta ride that. Gotta ride that wave.
Yeah.
When you're talking about like when you're writing, are you finding yourself writing music for yourself, or are you kind of writing it like knowing what that audience is gonna be?
You know, I don't really think about the audience too much when I'm writing. A lot of times it is just for me. Um, sometimes sometimes I no wait, let me back up. I write because it makes me feel something, but like it makes me feel something because I know it's meaningful for other people. So that's kind of what it is for me. I've had some songs like Nightmares, for instance, like I wrote it for my girlfriend, but like I heard the song in my dreams. So I was like sleeping and I was like playing the song on a stage and I get up and then I hear it in my head. So then I go and I make it and like, just the melody and stuff, it touched me and then the words kind of came and it turned out it was a song for my girlfriend. So, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, funny how that kind of one thing leads to another, and suddenly it's something that I'm as you kind of portrayed. I'm sure you weren't expecting to write that type of song when you heard that song in your head, and then that's what kind of came out.
Yeah, no, I honestly think that like music comes from a place that we don't understand. I think it's just sometimes like some of us are just open to it and like we know how to interpret what it is that we're receiving.
I feel I'm very like I must say I'm in I feel like in awe is a little bit too like
Grandiose.
grandiose of a word, yeah. But for lack of a better term, I guess that's the term I'll use. But I love that attitude, just of if and you mentioned earlier, as the way you feel, you're like, as long as I can make one person
Yeah.
feel something, then I've done my job, and then the rest of it is for you do your own thing, and if people want to follow it, people want to follow it. Clearly, people do want to follow it.
Thank you, bro.
So
Yeah.
I just admire that you have what you want to do,
Yeah.
and you're gonna do it no matter what people might say or people might not say.
Thank you, man. I mean, I feel like honestly, you kind of have to have that mindset, otherwise it's gonna eat you alive, you know?
Yes.
Like, um, when a lot of times we're passionate, we've got these goals and dreams and stuff, but there could be a point where those goals and dreams have you. And
Yeah,
um, for me, I I just I don't know. I think what matters most is this right here, me and you. That's all we have. We are all we have. So
Yeah,
I just like to keep it there.
that's a great way to
yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of like comboing off that, when you're setting your set list for a show, what kind of thought do you give into like what songs go where? Like, how do you kind of structure it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, every show is a little different. In fact, when I sing my songs, I typically sing them differently every time, or I do something a little different every time. Um, but I want to just tell a story with my set. So I always think of it in that sense of like, if these songs are coming from a personal place, which they are, then I structure the set in a way that tells my story, you know. Um, yeah.
That's like making the audience feel something,
Yeah,
making them feel like they've gone through a journey almost. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we've mentioned it a couple times. You've toured with 24K Golden and a couple other artists. But if you had to pick one artist that like you wanted to collaborate with in any way, whether that be opening for them, co-headlining, just featuring on a song, or having them feature on one of your songs, who do you think you would pick as your dream collaboration?
Hmm. To be honest, I have a lot of artists that I look up to and that I think are awesome, but nobody's coming to mind right now.
Do you mind naming like just a couple of artists that inspire you and it like that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Brendan Urie, Panic at the Disco, sorry, Paramore, Fallout Boy, like I love them. Um, Mrs. Green Apple. It's another one of those J-pop bands.
That would be
Uh,
something.
the Oral Cigarettes, I love them. But like, to be honest, I don't feel that I have reached, I think, I'm not gonna say the pinnacle, but I think that I'm making the best music I've ever made right now. And um I don't think anybody has what I have. And I want to I want to get the pure essence of Seth and get that on a song.
That's
that's why I love
and
you.
my
That's why I
yeah
love you,
yeah.
man.
Thank you.
I mean yeah.
I mean, like, cause I've done a good number of interviews, and every single band, everyone you talk to is always passionate. But to have that kind of
It's
passion is,
yeah. I like no glaze, but it's a
yeah,
different type of passion that like that. It just radiates off of you, man. It really does.
Thank you, man. No, but it's that's the truth. Um, I don't know. I don't look to anybody for anything, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, if like Billie Eilish approached me, she's like, "Hey, like let's do a collab." Obviously, I feel like that would be cool. That could be cool.
Yeah,
If Panic hit me up, and say, "Yo, let's do it." If whoever 24, let's do it. Like those are all cool things, but like, um, yeah, I don't know. I guess yeah. I think I really want the world to hear me. I don't know.
yeah. That's admirable.
yeah.
That like what was it? I was about to say something really profound. It just disappeared. It just disappeared into the ether.
It'll come back, bro.
It'll
Yeah.
come back. So we very recently you dropped Nothing Matters on end of February.
Yes, sir.
What's next? Where are we
Well,
going? Are we getting another album?
Well, uh,
I can't tell if I've like stumbled on this or not.
um, I mean, I would like to have another album, yeah. And I moved to Nashville for this. So I'm just gonna keep releasing music and maybe an album will be out soon.
You heard it here first,
You heard it
folks.
first.
You heard it here first, folks. Seth Witcher may release another album.
Maybe.
After 3 years since Who Am I?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
God. No, he's the best.
Yeah,
he's
it
the
really
best.
is.
Bro, you're the best. Both of you are. Because like I said, you took the time to listen to my music and you wanted to talk to me and like I'm never gonna forget that. Like I'm always gonna remember that. Because I am nowhere and I'm nobody without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to like end it off question wise with? Trying to think of like a good like
A
wrap
good
up question.
final question. Yeah. What do we got? I already know that as soon as this call is over and I go back down to my room, I'm gonna immediately think of,
What
oh,
did
I
you
should
say?
have asked that.
Yeah.
That would have been such a good question. I already know it's gonna happen.
All right. Well, I mean, you mentioned, you're down in Nashville. I gotta ask, like, what is the best like Nashville food dish you've had?
Hmm.
Like, where is it at? If we go to Nashville, what should we get?
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
I'm not saying we're going to go to Nashville. It'd be crazy if we did.
Okay. Okay. So there's this place. It's my favorite Indian food in the world.
Okay.
And did I scare you yet?
No,
no,
I'm down for
yeah,
this.
if anything, you've
I got
intrigued us more.
super into Moroccan and Turkish over the summer, so I'm down.
You did? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I forget the name. So I gotta hold on. Hold on a second. I'm gonna find his name for you.
I'm writing this down.
Um, all right, so the answer is gonna be here shortly, but I don't have it for you right now. So
While
let me
that's,
fit in
I
a minute.
did think of a question while that's loading. So you mentioned you moved down to Nashville. What was that move like?
Oh, bro, it was hell. It was hell.
I can imagine. I get sick enough. I mean, I live about 15 minutes away from the campus, and I get sick enough just every few months having to haul all my stuff 15 minutes home and then having to bring it all the way back. So I can't imagine moving multiple states down. I can't even imagine.
So like I travel often between Pennsylvania and Nashville. I do it like twice a month. And that drive is like 13, 14 hours. So I basically drive with all of my room without like not the dresser, but like my equipment because like I make my music in my room. And yeah, when I moved down there, like the first apartment I had, the place said it was great. It looked like it was great. It had a cockroach infestation. I walk in, there's like literally like 30 cockroaches behind the refrigerator. So we get
Oh my God.
That's awful.
yeah, it was the worst, and it had a bunch of fleas. So I got another place, and like now like it's good, but I'm moving out of there soon too. Um, it was rough. But thankfully, I have support of fans and people who believe in me that come to my shows, and I don't feel like I'm doing this thing by myself, but man, I've got stories. I have stories for you, for real. Um, yeah.
I mean, you're living it. You're living the stuff that like everyone who's into music dreams of doing.
Yeah,
Dude,
Literally.
I don't know who dreams of the cockroach infested.
I don't think the cockroach part gets in the dreams.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it does.
Hold on, we're getting this. Hold on. We're getting this.
We're getting a real deep dive on
Oh,
Indian
yeah.
food.
So something that you guys need to know about me is that I'm a foodie. Yes. Okay. Got the name. Okay. So I'm a foodie. I love food. Food makes me so happy. And like I love going places and giving my honest review, rating it. I like to do all of it. Um, the name of the place is called Sindor, or Sindore. It's probably Sindor. It's
Hmm.
Sindore off of Donaldson Pike in Nashville, Tennessee. I get their tiki masala every time I go to Nashville. It is so good. And I've had a bunch of Indian food. Like I've had it. I love like sushi. I mean, I love food. I just love it. I eat it. It's great. Sindor. Okay? Seth does not prove you wrong. I will not prove you wrong. I'll prove you right. Go to Sindor.
I think we have to go to
Yeah,
Nashville
we
now.
have to. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll look into the buzz budget. We'll see if we
We'll see how
can
much money we have at the end.
Yeah.
Just go to Nashville. We're just going to Nashville
just
for nothing
Sindor.
else to get Sindor's
Yeah.
tiki masala.
It's good. It's good. It's good. And I mean, like, if you guys are into drinking, the drinks are strong, you know? But you could honestly just go to the liquor store and get yourself a thing of vodka. You'd be fine. So, you know, it's whatever you care about. But
That's awesome. That's awesome. I usually like I don't think I'm trying to remember when the last time I had some good Indian food was, and I don't think it's been in a while. So that's intriguing to me.
I had so I was in Atlanta over a spring break for a Martin Luther King trip, so we were down there in Atlanta.
that's a good place
And
to go.
one night we door dashed. Yeah, I think we did DoorDash Indian food. And I had lamb curry, and I found out
Ooh.
that I love lamb because over the summer when I was in Oxford, I had Turkish and Moroccan.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Wow.
We have nothing in Olean, New York. We have
No.
a subway with a drive-through, which is kind of cool, but we don't have like anything like this.
Yeah, I think
You're kind of in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, we're in the middle
yeah,
of
the
nowhere.
most yeah, it was hard not to when you were talking about where you were from and in the middle of nowhere. I kind of chuckled to myself. I think the most out there place we have right now is it's a tie between Chipotle and there's a place called QQ Buffet.
Don't go to the QQ
That's
buffet.
it's okay. It's
I think
not
it's
the greatest food in the world, but that's about as exotic
Yeah.
as we are.
No, there is also Lakeview, which is like right across the street from QQ.
Oh,
Lakeview is
yes.
Chinese food that
Q-
doesn't make you like
QQ
hate the
buffet sounds like something in a movie. Like it sounds.
I think the
like-
Q stand for quality and quantity, and they only hit one of those.
Yeah,
It's not
it's-
quality.
Oh no.
No, it's
If you're at a buffet and one of their selling points is quantity, like I think that's not a good buffet to go to because
yeah,
it's like saying buffet twice. Like you know.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
an oxymoron. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's
gotta eat. It's like, oh, our buffet has quantity. I would hope so. I would
Yeah.
hope it does. Oh man,
I don't know.
I got nothing. Yeah.
okay. Well, hey, thanks for having me on, guys. I
Thank
Thanks
you.
for taking the
guys.
time to
Thank
do
you.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, this was probably one of the most fun interviews I've been on. It just feels really chill, and I think I just have a lot of gratitude for you guys and the Buzz 88.3. Thank you guys.
We have so much gratitude for you.
Can I get you to say something? This won't be in the video, but can I get you saying this is Seth Witcher and you're listening to WSBU 88.3 FM The Buzz?
Yes. Okay. Okay. This is Seth Witcher, and you're listening to WSBU 88.3 FM, The Buzz.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
That was the best.
That was the
one
best
take.
delivery you could. Yeah, you could tell he's a pro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I'll put one of your songs on the background of that. I'll make that a bumper for the station.
Oh my gosh, do it. Do it.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, thank you guys.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Wow.
I'm so happy this finally happened.
Yeah, me too. I've been looking forward to this all week.
Thank you guys for this, truly. And yeah, whenever I do see you in the real world,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you both a hug. Okay, so be prepared for it. Thank you for just everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you
Keep
so
making your
much.
music. Keep sharing your passion with the world, and it's. I don't think it'll be very long until we see Seth Witcher headlining
Something.
a bunch of shows.
We might
Yeah,
have to get you. We might have to get you up here.
Yeah, we might have to get you up here for spring weekend next year.
Do it. I'm gonna blow up this year. That's my plan. So we're blowing up this year.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
you.
You're the best. You're the best.
Thank
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, cannot thank you enough, really.